All right. Welcome back to Eyes Open Media. Okay, so before we get started here with Iraq news and Mad Dog Mattis news and about what's his name, Baghdadi, and also this Digibyte stuff here. Susan had talked about Coinbase, and she said that I guess she's having a problem with exiting the money out of Coinbase, and I haven't had any problems. So if you guys are having problems with Coinbase, let me know. Message me. I will be checking all the messages on Facebook Currency 365 today, and so you guys can message me there if you're having problems being able to exit your money, because I don't have any problems. You can send your funds straight to PayPal. You can send your funds to any of the online bankings like Payza, Perfect Money. You can just send your money there. You can send your money to what do you call it, to Bittrex, Poloniex. You can send your money to Genesis Mining. You can send it to EOBot. You can send your money anywhere. So that was the first time I've heard anybody having problems. So if you guys are having problems with Coinbase, just message me and let me know. And if you're new and you want to get some Bitcoin or Ethereum and Litecoin, especially Litecoin, because Litecoin has a stronger chart than both of them, and I think Litecoin is going to actually surpass Ethereum and then challenge Bitcoin in the future within the next 12 to 24 months. The links in the description for Coinbase. Actually, on this video, I'll put it right at the top because it is, on the other videos is a little bit towards the middle. I will put it at the top if you guys want to use the Coinbase, and if you spend over $100, you get $10 free in coins. So if you spend $100 in buying Litecoin, you'll get $10 worth of Litecoin free. So that's pretty cool. And like I said, you can send it to other exchanges. You can send it to PayPal. You can send it to all the other stuff. So no one else has had a problem, so that was kind of interesting. Anyways, so thanks, Susan, for letting me know that, and hopefully your problem is fixed immediately. Okay, so let's go here real quick. Crypto God says Citibank to announce the T4I, which is the city challenge, the city T4I challenge awards at the end of July. So once again, that's what everybody's saying, the same thing. And I think we're going to, before they announce the rewards end of July, I think we're going to see by the 23rd, we're going to start seeing momentum into that run for Digibyte for the end of July. And I'm pretty sure Citi is going to also make an announcement of when they're actually going to make those announcements. Okay, so I'm pretty sure they're going to give a date on that. And if they give a date, if Citi gives a date on when, something tells me they're going to give the date on the 23rd of when they're going to be making the announcements, or they're going to make the announcement on the 23rd, right? So I don't know. So something about the 23rd, okay. But anyways, so Digibyte CEO says he has big announcements coming or on the way, and also Cliff High's crypto reports predict that Digibyte will be rising significantly in August with high demand. So those things are favoring Digibyte, because I know a lot of you guys are holding Digibyte getting ready for the end of the month into August, where Digibyte looks like it's going to be on lots of different new exchanges, and also it's going to be looking like signing a bunch of contracts. Maybe they're going to be launching their gaming sites and some other things that are going on, including the City Awards, and they should be receiving a nice hefty reward, maybe even the grand reward of the night for being. I mean, Digibyte is the fastest transaction coin in the world. And I think some people are saying BitShares is going to try to overtake them. Right now it's Digibyte. So that's the case. Okay, so and a lot of people don't realize that. And if they did, Digibyte wouldn't be at the prices at right now. It would be at $5. Okay. So let's see here. Mad Dog Mattis says we do not have proof of the killing of Baghdadi. Okay, so once again, so now we hear from the Secretary of Defense, James Mad Dog Mattis, and he said on Friday, which is today, that he cannot confirm or deny the killing of the leader of Daesh. Now, of course, Daesh has already came out to the world and said that their leader has been confirmed dead, and they are looking for a new leader. Russia said they're 99.9% confirmed of it, and also Iran has now also stated that 99% confirmed that Baghdadi is gone as well. We've heard so many different stories about Baghdadi in the past, but just getting it confirmed by ISIS themselves and Russia and China and Russia and Iran, that's all we really need, right? Because the caliphate is over in Mosul, and of course they still control Qaim and Tel Afar and Hawaii, and Donald Trump did speak about Hawaii and how it was going to be a tough maneuvering that area. I don't know. I haven't looked at the geographics of Hawaii or the map of Hawaii, so I wouldn't know where these people lie. I was only focused really on Mosul because that was a symbol of liberation and for me and a lot of you guys, right? And so now, because it was a symbol of liberation, that meant that when we got it, or right before we got it, but now we know that it's after, but when we got it, that they were going to then, it was going to symbolize freedom for Iraq, even though they still have work to do, but it's going to also open Iraq back up into the international stage to make international deals, to get their currency going again internationally with no restrictions, remove all that, implement the laws, review the laws, implement the economic reforms, and get everything back together. Take advantage of the celebrations and get your country back into the international stage and bring lots of money into your country. This was the best time. This is the window Iraq was looking for to get all of this. Okay, so no confirmation yet for the U.S. on Baghdadi. But I'm pretty sure by the end of the year we'll have some type of confirmation. Mad Dog Matter says, if we knew, we would say to you, but now I cannot confirm. Okay, or I don't know what that, or deny it, I guess is what it meant. We assumed that he was alive until proven other. We assumed that he was alive until proven otherwise, which is what I cannot prove now. Okay, so let's go to the last article here, and this one is a positive one for us to see here. The Parliament finance. Now, before I read this one, the video I did on Currency 365 today was that the CBI delegate and the delegations at the NDC presented to the World Bank their economic reform plan. That was huge. Okay, that's huge. And now we want to see them and the World Bank launch the economic reforms like they did the financial reforms maybe 90 days back. We now want to see them maybe over this weekend into next week. We want to see them announce, the World Bank and the IMF and the CBI and the delegations in the Finance Committee launch the economic reforms with a body, right? And unlock the governor's central bank. We want to see that. Okay, so hopefully it's this weekend we can hear some type of announcement of the launch of the economic reforms this month or next month. I don't know, man. But they did stand in front of the World Bank and they presented their economic reform plan, okay, for the launching. Now we have something here. I'm not sure if this is from Najib. Yeah, no, this is Tamimi. Okay, so Tamimi. Okay, so Parliamentary Finance Committee intends to amend the laws and launch loans to improve the employees' living. Okay, now the laws. The laws are already amended. Okay. They're talking about the same laws they've been talking about for 2-3 years. Those laws are already done and amended. These people go into these buildings. These laws are done. These people are not going into these buildings, but these laws are not done for 3 years, right? 3 years. They're telling you that the laws aren't done, or they need to be amended. She didn't say the laws weren't done. She said the laws need to be amended. Okay. So that's a difference, right? That's a different tone. Because before, we need to get into here and vote on these laws. Now we haven't heard that in a long time. All of last year, all we heard was we need to vote on these laws. Jafari, all these people, Jabari, and everybody else. We need to vote on these laws. We need to vote on the important laws. Now they're saying we need to amend some of these laws. So they're no longer saying we need to vote on the laws. They're saying we need to amend the laws or look over the laws or review the laws that we have already passed. but we keep telling everybody that we haven't passed them, right? So Parliamentary Finance Committee intends to amend the laws and launch loans to improve the employees' living. Now, it should be citizens' living, not employees. Of course, employees that are employed to the government also need good living as well. The ones that are not making as much money, the lower tier ones, also those that are in security and security forces and stuff like that, private security or government private security contractors, and then also the citizens. So a member of the Parliamentary Finance Committee, Tamimi, confirmed on Friday that the majority of legislated laws should be reviewed after. Okay, so she didn't say it need to be passed. She didn't say it needed to be voted on. She said it needs to be reviewed after. You can take it what it is. I don't know. Tamimi said in a statement, most of the laws that began after need to be amended in order to add and delete some paragraphs that contribute to improving the performance of the employee and improve his living conditions. Now, once again, she didn't say that they need to vote on the laws. She said they need to improve some of the paragraphs in the laws to make it updated for 2017. And also they need to improve living conditions. How do you improve living conditions? Number one, you give purchasing power to your currency. Number two, you reduce the price of goods and services in country. Okay, so something that costs $10 now costs $1, right? So you bring that down so they can be able to survive, not just survive, but thrive in their country and build success, buy houses, be able to buy houses, get loans, everything like that. Use fresh currency, the lower notes instead of rip old currency. Okay, come into the banks, create bank accounts, get credit cards and things of that nature. Have cards for emergency situations. That's how you improve the living conditions of citizens. At the tariffs, inspect the goods coming into the tariffs, tax those coming into the borders. Excuse me. Put tariffs on them. Bring money into the government so they can then release it out to the people as well. Give us the oil and gas law with the herbal agreement and give them the back pay and give them the oil revenues per month. Okay, that's improving drastically the living conditions of the employees and the citizens. Okay, so she says the Parliamentary Finance Committee is one of the most important committees in the Parliament because of the role of the oversight and legislative and at the various levels. Tamimi said it will work in its legislative position in the House of Representatives to review and amend the number of laws to achieve justice and the advancement of the employee through the launch of bank advances to employees. Like I just said that, right? So advances, loans, grants and loans, housing, purchasing power, lower notes, credit cards, ATM machines activated. All that stuff goes into this. And Tamimi saying that she's going to be reviewing some of these laws and trying to amend them in the corrupted GOI. Okay, so good luck on that to Mimi and everybody else that is going to be trying to amend these laws. And it's interesting that it comes right on the day of economic reforms have been presented to the World Bank. World Bank's probably looking over them now, and then they're probably going to announce that the IMF or the World Bank or a body or a lock will then eventually, hopefully this month or next month, announce that they have launched the economic reforms. So that would be cool. And when they do that, we could see the lower notes first, hit the streets, and then we could see a rate change, or we could see a rate change at the same time, and then the lower notes hit the street. I don't know how that's going to happen. I don't know. Or they could say we've launched the economic reforms and all the economic reforms, and we might see nothing. It's three different type of scenarios, right? So we could let me repeat that. Okay, they can announce that they have launched the economic reforms, and we see nothing in a change of rate. Okay, and then they could say that they could launch the economic reforms. We could see the lower notes be dropped, and into the markets, and then we see the change of value a couple of days later, 3 to 5 days later. Or they could launch the economic reforms, and then we see the change in rate, and then we see the lower notes hit the streets 3 to 5 days later. Okay, so any of that stuff is possible. Or we might, and they might have another trick up their sleeves as well. I don't know. So I'm going to stand by, and we're going to see. But the good news is that the economic reform plan has been given, and Tamimi's going to be looking over these laws to amend them and to improve the living conditions of the employees and also the citizens. Of course, they are citizens. They are employees of the government, so they are citizens. Some of them do have dual citizenship, but they did try to remove that. Remember, they were removing that dual citizen stuff. If you have dual citizenship to, like, let's say, Europe and Iraq, they were kind of frowning upon that. So they were like, we don't want people with dual citizenship. We only want people that only hold one citizenship, which is Iraq. So anyways, yeah, so that's it. And once again, Mad Dog Mattis says that he doesn't have any confirmation on Baghdadi, so he can't tell us if he's dead or not. Okay, so he's gonna, once they do completely have it, they'll let us know. And also Digibyte, Citibank to announce T4I awards at the end of July, which right now is mid-July, so we got a couple more weeks. Actually, one more week will bring us to the end of July. So over by next weekend, we're going to be imminent to Citibank, and I'm pretty sure Citibank is going to it's going to make an announcement saying this is the date, maybe the 23rd, the 27th, 28th is the date we're going to announce the awards. I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. Once Citi does that, I'm pretty sure people are going to rush to buy Digibyte just for that factor alone, to see if Digibyte wins an award. And if Digibyte does win an award, because I did see them in my dream winning an award, so so I'm hoping that comes true, right? So I'm hoping my dream does come true. I saw Digibyte winning an award, right? A Citi award. So I'm hoping that comes true. And when they did win that award, the price skyrocketed. So that was my dream of Digibyte a couple of weeks ago. So and we had to wait because the enemy, of course, attacked as it always does. Nothing's ever easy for us, the saints of God. So yeah. So anyways, that's it for me. I'll talk to you guys later, and keep an eye out on the things that are going on around the world, from Iraq to our government to Digibyte to other cryptos out there, and Bitcoin and the US dollar and the IQD. Check out the CBI on any type of changes that happen there. Let us know. Okay, and on Facebook Currency 365. Peace out, everybody. God bless. I think I'm going to do one more video on Iraq on the main channel later today. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Probably tomorrow night, right? Because tomorrow's Saturday, right? So happy Sabbath to everybody. And tomorrow night, I will probably have some videos up for you guys. Peace out. Bye. God bless. Eyes open.